Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It has gotten significantly worse for our favourite starlet, Rachel Zegler in Snow White. The box office tracking has just come in again, and it's even worse than it was before. So I did a video not that long ago, probably about a week ago now, where it was estimated about a $65 million opening. They've revised it down again. Yeah, it's looking really, really bad for Rachel Zegler and Snow White and Disney and Bob Iger and that whole movie machine. It's looking quite tragic, to be honest, but no crying over this, because of course they did it to themselves. They hired someone for a insanely high budgeted movie who basically is famous for stamping her feet. West Side Story, she was cast in that, and then she stamped her feet and randomly appeared at the Oscars. She stamped her feet because she wasn't invited to the Oscars. It's like, okay, cool. Look it up. This is what started Rachel Zegler's insufferable nature in terms of public appearances. But anyway, I digress. We'll take a look at this article. It's from The Hollywood Reporter. So it's not like, it's mainstream media, basically. Hit subscribe if you're new. Do turn those bell notifications on. But make no mistake, guys. Rachel Zegler is in hot water with this movie. Disney, Bob Iger, they're in hot water with this movie. They filmed this in the UK, which means they have publicly filed their taxes. And it's getting close to like a $300 million movie from what we previously know in terms of their filings and the fact that they went back for more reshoots. It's well in excess of $250 odd million already. This is staggeringly high. It's dumb high. And we know they went back for more reshoots. So the box office projections here are laughably low. Laughably low. So the tracking is, it's tracking for they've middle of the road it, but it's actually tracking anywhere from $48 to $58 million. That's a revised down from $65 million. So they've gone down from 65 to $48 million. Now, ordinarily, I'd say this is what movie companies always do, and these box office companies always do, and thus mainstream media. They come out with a relatively high number, and then they revise it down, and then when it does get released, it'll beat that revised down number, and then go at smashed expectations. And ordinarily would be right, but it's not like they've revised it down from a massively high number to begin with, is it? It's not exactly like a massive number. Maybe they're doing the same thing, maybe, but I can believe that this film will struggle. I can believe that this film may very well struggle to hit $50 million on its opening weekend. This is terrible. It's a bloody terrible, terrible, terrible thing. Again, they deserve it. Yes, I've got the hiccups. But they deserve it. They unequivocally deserve it. You hired someone that has never led like a high grossing box office movie before. Hunger Games did reasonably well at the box office in terms of it making money, but overall it's the worst one out of the entire lot of the Hunger Games movies. So let's see what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. Disney's Snow White live action remake starring Rachel Zegler as the iconic princess is tracking to open to $53 million at the North American box office, according to a leading Hollywood research firm. While that's the target number, the range is anywhere from 48 to 58. Right, okay, so the target, so actually it could be even less, couldn't it? Obviously. So there's sure to be plenty of debate as to whether that would be a solid versus meh start for the spring tentpole. That would be awful. That would be absolutely awful. Not even, it's comically bad, but that's so bad. That would be so bad. Disney would earn somewhere in the region of $26 million from that opening weekend. And they've sunk nearly $300 million or so into this film. Holy shit. This could be Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny level of losses. Hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney. That's not a stretch. That is not a stretch. That's not an exaggeration. Oh, it's so bad. So the studio's marketing team will now unleash its final push for Snow White. Disney believes the movie has a perfect runway, considering it will be surrounded by male-driven action fare. I doubt it. I don't think girls are even interested in this, quite frankly, but okay. Those with access to data provided by the National Research Group show there is high awareness for the movie among its target demos, younger and teenage girls, as well as females of all ages. Other tracking services such as Quorum believe the movie has plenty of upside. In March 2015, Disney's live-action Cinderella debuted at $67 million domestically. That's like $100 million now due to inflation. You adjust that to inflation, that's like $100 million. So, no, that's a bad comparison, no matter what way you look at it, obviously. These people are mental. Rival studios agree, saying Disney should never be underestimated. I don't think anyone's underestimating. I think people are overestimating them here. Over this past Christmas, many were quick to write off Mufasa the Lion King when it debuted to a troublesome $35 million domestically, before taking off and earning north of $700 million globally. That's because they just kept it in theatres. From Wicked producers Mark Platt and Jared LaBeouf, the musical features both original songs and then a bunch of new crap. They say this $200 million plus. We know how much they've spent on it. It's more than $200 million already. We know that. Like, they filed their taxes publicly in the UK. You can just access it. Why have you not done that, Hollywood Reporter? What are you doing? But it says this, has been a long time making, has been delayed by the pandemic. It also weathered immediate controversy when Zegler, who was of Colombian descent, was cast in the role of Snow White. Yes, because she shouldn't be. Funnily enough. And now they've got to change everything for it. It's like, just do what it's supposed to be and then it wouldn't be an issue. It's really not difficult. And she's tried to do new spin as well. And she's like, her superpower is her heart. It's very important for the public to know that Disney's found its beautiful, delicate balance. Blah, 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 blah. Please watch my movie, is all that says. So there you go. There's not much else really to say. This is abysmal, though. There's no two ways about it. You can't spin this as a positive. Now, you could say that maybe it'll go on to make money, but I doubt it. There's no appeal here. Rachel Zegler has never led a film that has been successful. Ever. Ever. And perhaps she never will. She is not a star. Right? As much as Hollywood has seemingly wanted to make her a star, she is not one. She's insufferable. Thoughts down below. Bye now.